Alright, and we're back. This is going to be the WWE Night of Champions prediction reaction. And while I have my opinions on where the card is and what's going on around the card, and how I feel about that, I won't be sharing that in this video. It's be solely for this can be solely for just the matches itself and what I expect to see going forward with the product of WWE, even though outside of it there are a lot of things that are going on that are controversial. But anyway, we're going to stick to the match card, we're going to stick to the predictions, we're going to stick to the analysis and the breakdown of what's going on, and we're going to go from there. So we're going to start off with Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. And this is a very interesting match. I'm excited to see Karrion Kross. Been waiting for this for him for the past, 6-ish months, even before the WrestleMania outburst, and like even before his whole new push now was like Karrion Kross as a wrestler. As a good, I think he needs to work on a couple of things. I don't think he's perfect, but I think he's good. It's gonna be an interesting match for him. Sami Zayn is very talented. Sami Zayn is one of the best wrestlers in the company right now, and I think Kross has something to prove. So I think it'll be fun to kind of see how that would work out. Um, I think it's gonna be interesting to see, the first real look at Karrion Kross, and this is his first premium live event in a while. Um, I think since last year's WrestleMania, I could be wrong about that, but this is his first premium live event in a while. Should be relatively. I think it'll be a good match. I like the story they're heading. I think we're getting a Sami Zayn heel turn pretty soon. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I assume it's gonna happen eventually. And overall, like I think it's gonna be a fun match. It's gonna be fun in the sense of like I want to see how both wrestlers tackle it. Sami Zayn's more technical and Karrion Kross more of a bigger body and more of a kind of grinding type of guy. So we'll see how those styles kind of clash. Sami Zayn obviously will have uh, great spots and great performance like he usually does. And we'll see. I think it could go either way who wins. I think if they want to push Kross, they'll give him the win here. I think it makes more sense if Kross wins, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sami Zayn wins this match. I just think it makes more sense for that to happen and kind of have a slow build towards his heel turn. Um, and we'll see. I do think it's coming. I think it will come because of Kross. I don't know if it's the trigger you pull right now. I don't know how you even pull it, but I think if you want that to happen, Sammy has to win this match. But I could also see Kross getting the win and kind of that also setting up. So I think you can go either way. I'm gonna go Sami Zayn. I just think it makes more sense to do it that way. Moving on, we're gonna do the other non like event match, if you would. It's not a champions, and I have two champions defending. That's a different story for different opinion. Um, Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight match. This is gonna be a barn burner. Both women know each other so well. Both women are really good friends outside of the ring. That's been documented before. They have great chemistry together. Every match they've put on has been really good. Raquel has been really amazing the past couple of weeks on Raw in her matches. And Rhea's Rhea. So it's going to be a fantastic match. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of spots. Um, and yeah, both women are going to really have a great match. I'm super excited for this. I think both women are on a really good high. I would like to see Rhea kind of stop fighting the Judgment Day crew, whether it's Liv or Raquel or Roxanne. There's so many other women she could fight, but she's kind of stuck. I know she's kind of stuck in this. I wouldn't mind like a brand change for her though in the future, just to have her in more segments with different people, because it is kind of getting redundant and she's kind of running out of people to fight. But I think that's something to kind of maybe look forward to come draft. But I guess Netflix really wants her on Raw, so there's that also argument as well. But we'll see. I would shove people around just to give her new stuff to work with because it is kind of getting redundant. But this is going to be a great match. Rhea can have a great match for anybody. Raquel's going to do a really good job here, I feel like. I do think Rhea gets the win, obviously. This is not a spot you give Raquel Rodriguez the win. You give it to Rhea, you call it a day, and she gets what she gets. Um, yeah, going forward, I don't necessarily know how I feel about her going forward after this match. Talking about Rhea, I don't like. Will it be EO? I don't know. I mean, it could, but we're doing that kind of story again. Um, Probably gonna be EO, but we'll see what happens with the next match we're gonna talk about. But I don't know. I feel like it could go either way with that. And Raquel's gonna be fine. Obviously the Liv Morgan injury sucks, and you kind of hope that maybe this will give Raquel a chance to go into her own singles career and go after the IC title, which would be a great thing for her. I think she's definitely proven it and she's earned it, and her matches have been really good recently. So I give her that kind of credit. And yeah, I think Rio does win, but I think both women have two different paths after this match going forward. But this is going to be a fun match to kind of watch and see what they do. And then we're going to move on now to what I said before, the next match on the card, which is going to be the Queen of the Ring finals between Jade Cargill and Asuka, the returning Asuka. Uh, this is so tough because I feel like it could go either way. I love Asuka. You know, everyone knows I love Asuka. She's one of my favorites. Ever since her time in New Japan to NXT and on the main roster, she's been amazing. Her matches are great. She sometimes doesn't get paired with the right people, I feel like, and she kind of gets forgotten about, but she could put on a match with a broomstick and go to town. I'm excited to see her back and see what she can do. Jade's the interesting one here because she's never been in the ring with somebody like Asuka, so I want to see how she'll tackle that. Very technical wrestler, and so we'll see how. I think Jade will be fine, but I think there's a lot of people going to be interested. People are going to be interested about how this match is going to work out and how we're going to see Jade kind of progress through it. Um, and look, I think both women have, and of course, whoever wins this will get the title shot at SummerSlam. So I think how you could look at it is that you can see the Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton kind of situation. I mean, I could see Jade winning, them going that route, and Naomi cashing in on Jade. Uh, I think Jade beats Tiffany if Jade wins the Queen of the Ring and she challenges for the title. I think that makes the most sense. I think that's what the story is going to be. But WWE's proven us wrong before. And then for Asuka, I think if she wins, she faces EO. I think that path becomes a little bit trickier. On like how you can kind of sell that. I mean, I guess you could say damage control, Asuka going heel. You could kind of go that route, and it would make sense. But I think you're kind of blocking Rhea, because then now what do you do with Rhea? You can't leave Rhea off the SummerSlam card. And I think because of that like reasoning, I would say that I do think that Jade will win this match. Does she win clean? Does she win clean? I it would be surprising if she does beat Asuka clean, but I don't know how you would like what would like the interference, like the thing that would happen that would throw Asuka off to like warrant that. I think the smart move, and Asuka can eat the pin. Asuka will recover well. She'll be fine. I'm not saying that she can't lose. I would be surprised if Jade. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it could happen. I think it will happen. I think Jade does beat her, and I think they set up Jade and Tiffany for SummerSlam, and then Naomi would cash in. I think that just makes the most sense. I don't know if she'll cash in at SummerSlam, but eventually she will cash in on Jade. Maybe the night after, I could see that happening. But I do think they give the title to Jade. I think they give her the win here, and that leads to SummerSlam and her getting the title at SummerSlam. I think that just makes the most sense. Um, yeah, and I think Asuka can recover, and I think Asuka will have a different. I think she just got back. Giving her a title shot already be kind of a little bit, eh, like it would be cool. Like I wouldn't mind it, but I think there are people out there who'll be like, she just got back. She's not Charlotte Flair, but different story, different day. Um, but yeah, I do think Jade does win just 'cause I think it makes better sense for her story going forward and how she kind of needs it more than Asuka right now. So I am gonna say Jade will win the match. Now the King of the Ring, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. I mean, Cody's got to win, right? Like it just it's for the same reason that why I think that Jade will win because you have to get Rhea Ripley on the card, and Rhea has to fight Io, right? That just makes no sense. Rhea Ripley has to be on the SummerSlam card. You can't keep Cody Rhodes off the card, and the only thing that makes sense to get him on the card is for him to fight Cena. Now, could Randy win? Probably. I don't see it likely. I do think because of where they are and because of how that kind of reach and reaction going forward, I do think it just makes more sense for Cody to win. Um, It'll be interesting to see what happens with Randy, though. I mean, be very interesting to see what happens with Randy because I do think that Randy would turn heel, but I don't know how he would turn heel in this match at this magnitude. Not for this reason, because he lost to Cody. That he has to turn heel because he lost to Cody doesn't make sense, and like I don't feel like it'd be that impactful. And I don't see the reason why you would turn Randy heel now. 2 months before SummerSlam. Like who would he even fight? It just doesn't make any sense. So I do think Cody wins. I do think it's a fun match. I think it's a good match. I think it'd be a typical Cody match. You know, he'll start strong, he'll start losing, and then he'll make a comeback. It'll be typical. I do like that. I think Randy will be kind of great worker, and him and Cody will have great chemistry. Um, but yeah, I think like it just makes sense. You do Cena and Cody at SummerSlam, and we'll see what happens with that. Um, yeah, I mean, I think it just makes total sense. Cause Randy and Cena could work. Neither of them are facing Gunter, by the way. There's no way. There's no way. But I think either one of them could work. Um, but I just think it makes more sense. You have to get Cody on the card. This is the easiest way and the best way to do it. You put him in the main event of SummerSlam. He's your top guy. He's your top baby face. You just do it. So I do think Cody wins. I think what kind of sucks that you really didn't have like. I wish it was an extra week where we kind of got a little bit of a build up between Randy and Cody. That maybe you could kind of tease like a turn, kind of what happened with Jay and Cody a few weeks ago. Um, but I just think overall, like I just think it makes it makes more sense for Cody to win and just Randy to stay as Randy and just continuing what he's doing. Randy will find something and he'll be fine. I think Cody, you can't keep Cody off the card, and you can't have Cody being in the mid card of SummerSlam. You can't. Um, so yeah, I think Cody wins. I don't think Randy turns. I think it's a normal match, normal ending. We move on. To the we're gonna go to one of the two championship matches. Actually, yes, one of the two championship matches on the card. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. Look, I think you had the Fatu face turn, Fatu breaking away from the bloodline. I think that was all great at Money in the Bank. I think it made total sense. I think if Fatu's over, he's gotten the crowd's attention. He's good on the mic. He's a really fantastic wrestler. And Solo, I think people maybe had bigger things for Solo, but I think he's perfect where he is. I think he's perfect as like this mid card, going after mid card titles and being kind of a good middle segment of a show. I think it's perfect for him. I think it works. I think he has his bloodline stuff going on. Um, I think until the Tongas come back, we really won't see much else of the bloodline other than this. Um, I don't think this will be their last match, though. I do think Fatu will win. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't win. You just gave him the title, and he's just starting to get over with the title, and he just had a face turn. I think it makes total sense for him to win, but I do think that we do get another match down the line between Solo and Fatu with an up stipulation, like maybe like a tables match or ladder match. Something else is going to happen in this story. The story is just starting between the two of them. So I do think it would make it like you can give Fatu the win here and have further down the line Solo and Fatu feuding for the US title. I think that makes total sense. I think you can just run with that for a little bit and let that kind of will its way up. I think you start with a Fatu win. I think it makes sense. I think you don't want to kill his momentum. Solo will recover. He's done it before. He's proven he can do it before. Um, yeah, I think Solo the past couple weeks has been really good on the mic as well with Fatu. Ever since Money in the Bank, I feel like Solo's kind of become who he is. And I think it works. I do think it works. And I do like this version of Solo. I do like Jacob Fatu as a wrestler. And I think you're going to get a really good match between the two of them. I think this is going to be a really interesting. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Solo wins just to kind of build the feud up. I think it would be surprising if he does do that. Um, I think Fatu winning just makes total sense and total control over everything. So yeah, I think Fatu wins easily. Um, Good 10-minute match. I don't think it'd go any longer than that. I think both guys know what they're there for, and they'll move on. And we'll see. I think maybe it could last a SummerSlam. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it should. um, but we'll see. I do think this is a match that will start their summer of this feud, and then we'll move on. So we'll see what happens after that. And then the presumed main event, has to main event. John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. I mean, look, I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been, clamoring over ever since Punk came back. Ever since Cena said he was coming back for a year. This is the match we wanted to see. One of the very few matches we wanted to see. And yeah, I mean, I think it was. I think it's just a really good build up to this match as well. I think Cena's promo, Punk's promo, Cena's kind of been regurgitating the same stuff he's been saying the past couple of weeks, but that pipe bomb was really good. And Punk's great on the mic as well, and the build up has been really good. And, like, it's Cena Punk. You can't fuck this up. You can't mess this up. Like this is just going to be a great match between two great wrestlers. I do not see this being some type of like weak spot match or like a slow build match. I think it'd be interesting to see what Cena does because it's kind of kill the wrestling. But I think with Punk, you kind of can't do that. Um, so we'll see. Um, I do think Cena wins. I think it just makes sense. I don't know why you would drop the title to Punk here at this moment. But I think Cena facing Rhodes at SummerSlam is going to be the outcome. Does Seth interfere? Maybe. I mean, I was kind of teased. I don't think so. Not in this situation. I think it's interesting what they do with Seth because I think a part of me feels like Seth's gonna cash in on Cena or Punk or Rhodes, and Seth will just move over to, or Gunther will move over to SmackDown and Seth be the champion of Raw in the upcoming in the draft, or like when they decide to change the rosters over. I do can see that. I see that as a possibility. Um, but I do think it wouldn't be the move here, and I don't think it'll be to Cena. I think it would rather be to Punk. I think screwing Punk over. And I guess that would be like the thing too to be, but then that doesn't make sense. It doesn't line up with what Seth's trying to do. So it's confusing. I think because it's confusing, I think it will happen. I don't think it doesn't make sense. I think it just makes sense if Seth will screw Punk and Cena would get the win. I do think that would make the most sense going forward. So yeah, I mean, I like this match is going to be great. Match is going to be fun. I'm excited for it. I'm interested to see what happens with Punk after because I don't really see a path for him anywhere else. I mean, he could do Seth again, but like, why? And like, I don't see him. Maybe he could work with Gunther. Maybe that could be something. But yeah, I mean, I think it just there's a lot of different paths that can happen from the outcome. But I think the easiest and the one that's the more predictable, which is kind of how I feel like it's going to go, is going to be Cena winning. You get Cena Road to SummerSlam, and Seth and Punk just kind of figure it out. That's kind of been what it's been the past couple of months. So I think that's what is continuing. But I do think Cena wins. I do think Cena gets the one up on Punk here, kind of the reverse of what happened uh, many years ago. And yeah, I feel like it's going to be kind of that kind of thing where we see Cena having a Cena type match. Maybe there's interference from Seth, maybe, and then Cena pulling out the win. But that's going to be my prediction and what I think is going to happen. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. WWE loves proving me wrong. So we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if Punk wins, but I don't think it's going to happen. Um, but yeah, that's going to do it for me. This has been the money. This has been the Night of Champions uh, prediction, breakdown, analysis of the card coming out tomorrow, 1 o'clock on Peacock Eastern Time in the US. Uh, so we'll see. Uh, it could go either way. I could be wrong. Either way, I'll be back here for the post show and the breakdown, the reaction, what happened there. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking around. If you liked the video, make sure you like, subscribe, check out our other stuff on the channel. We got many other stuff coming in the future. And make sure that you follow us on all our socials in the link below. Appreciate you guys listening. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.